Hi everyone, it's a Tides Changing here, and welcome to part 5 of Let's Build a Shopping District. I'm going to start things off by making a few tweaks to the bakery. Urabelle and Boopy234 said that the bakery seemed a little bit too dark and that lighting up the woods on some of the furniture and trying different flooring types could help with that some. I did try new flooring, but I didn't like how the lighter flooring looked. I just liked what I had originally more. But I did lighten up the woods on a couple of the tables, and hopefully that helped with that some. So I think I lightened up a couple of the tables, and then the coffee table here. I left the one in the back the same. I also changed the purple chairs to be a slightly lighter, more, I guess, fuchsia type color, and with that came a lighter wood. So hopefully that helped as well. And then Robert and Lauren suggested that I swap the positions of the horse and the rose. Now I'm working on the kitchen, and I spent the most time changing up things in the kitchen because I looked back on it and I just realized that the kitchen looked way too bleak and needed a lot more color in it. And also that I was just being really silly by leaving the Cupcake Factory out of it in favor of keeping that shelf with all the items on it that was just completely useless and served no functional purpose. But I did really like how it looked, and I think it was still nice to share that with you all in case you wanted to use it in one of your own builds. I also got rid of most of the shelves because a lot of you thought that the overhead cabinets would look better and that I just had way too many shelves in there. I also added a second stove in, which is something a lot of you wanted to see and thought would look a bit better. So I just did a major overhaul in the kitchen, just redid the layout, and in the end I think it looks better and it's a bit more functional. I also managed to get rid of that annoying baking pan that's just stuck on the ground there. At first I was worried I wasn't going to be able to get rid of it because when I had the sim go onto the lot and tried to have them clean it up, I found that there was no cleanup option when you click on it. It's just empty or empty oven, and when I had the sim try to do that, they would just stand in front of it and wave their arms because they couldn't do anything, so I was freaking out, and I was really worried that there's just going to be this baking pan stuck on the lot. But fortunately, I discovered that if I just deleted the whole room, that the baking pan would go away. So what I ended up doing was pulling the room out, putting it somewhere in the yard, and then just moving all the items back into the new kitchen and then deleting the room that had just the baking pan in it, and that actually worked. So the baking pan is now gone and will not end up in the download. The two shelves above the sink are the only shelves that are left in the kitchen, and I thought it'd be fun to make it look like there was just a bunch of mixing bowls and pots and pans that were all stacked inside of each other on top of it. I had a lot of fun going through the buy debug items and just doing that, or actually I mean show hidden objects items. I'm used to calling them buy debug items because the cheat back in The Sims 3 was buy debug, so if you hear me saying buy debug items, that is what I'm referring to. It's just a habit. Like I keep referring to the move objects cheat as move objects on. After that I moved on to placing all the overhead cabinets, and I used the same black ones that I used out above the sink behind the bakery counter. I feel like those fit in well with the industrial style counters because unfortunately those counters don't come with their own cabinets. I really wish they did, but for the counters that don't come with matching cabinets, I find that those black ones do work pretty well. And I decided to place the refrigerators over there against their own wall, and later on I do add some cabinetry around it for a more built-in look, but I ended up changing the corner caps to just the regular ones because I felt like the plates look a little bit odd for some reason, like they looked a little bit too busy with all the pots and pans around. I was also trying some other stove hoods, but I do end up going back to the original ones because there's just something about those that I didn't like. I also changed out the stoves because what drove me nuts about the ones that were there was that they didn't quite meet up with the counters, and I didn't like having that space, so I just stuck two other ones in that filled in the space nicely, and now I'm going back over here to add in the cabinetry around the refrigerators. Unfortunately, since this is only a 3-wide wall, I did have to intersect the cabinets into the refrigerator, but I did test it, and Sims can still go in there and get food. I do pull them forward a little bit later on so that when you open up the fridge, you don't just see the cabinets. But I actually like how it looks. Right now I'm changing the colors so that they don't quite blend in with all the cabinets so well. Adding in a trash can in there as well. I didn't end up keeping that money-making one because I think on retail lots it doesn't really do a whole lot of good because I believe when I used it in my Get to Work Let's Play, it just didn't give them any money, which I found kind of odd. I believe it didn't give them any money. I also changed the color of the wall to be something a little more vibrant because the black and white wall that I had going on was just very bland. There just needed to be more of a splash of color. So I put in this bright cyan wall, which I really like. It just adds a much needed pop of color into there. Unfortunately, I did have to stick all the pots and pans back in, but I did cut that out because no one really wants to watch me doing that again. I also tried stacking all the flour bags next to the cupcake factory, but in the end I just removed it because it was a little bit too cluttered, plus I wasn't sure how it would impact Sim's ability to use the cupcake machine. Victoria suggested placing a safety sign somewhere in the kitchen, so I was trying to figure out where exactly to put that. And when I was looking for safety signs, I did find the exit sign, so I just stuck them over a couple of the doors. So now I'm back to trying to figure out whether I could place one above the stove or something like that. And then I did find the wall pots and pans, so I was trying them out really quick. And then I did go back to putting in the safety sign over there by the cupcake machine. I figure it could be like some kind of warning about using the cupcake machine. Because I don't know, it looks like something that could potentially be dangerous. You probably don't want to go sticking your hand in it. But going back over here, I got rid of the pots and pans because I felt like with the pans up on the shelves, it was just a little bit too busy. I also changed the flooring to the marble one there because I thought the white and black was also a little bit too busy. So in the end, I feel like the kitchen was really improved. I didn't change too much in the gift shop, just a few of the items and how they were arranged. Kin Love 2005 suggested putting backpacks in there, and I tried that, but then I realized that with the books in there, it might just look a little bit odd, so I ended up not going with that. But Miss Vivala Glamour and Jessica suggested putting plants in the gift shop, so I made the bottom shelf and then the floor just have some plants for display, and then on the other shelf, since I did remove the My Sim dolls, I ended up placing some decorative eggs, which was suggested by Meg, which I think works better. There were a couple of comments about this looking more like a kid's shop than a gift shop, and I think getting rid of the My Sim dolls will help with that some, but I do still think it's fine to have the toys over on that one wall, because, you know, I've seen stuffed animals a lot in gift shops. Also, Mare and Robert thought it might look neat to have a few small pictures, like there were a bunch of pictures, but then some of them were bought, need to be restocked, so I added that in. For the rock display, Sammy JJ suggested having a rainbow arrangement, which looked a lot better because before it was just very random and disorganized, and this just really improved how it looked. When I was looking at this, I also realized that when I placed a bunch of rocks onto the table to fill the slot so that rocks wouldn't snap when I was trying to place them on the top shelf, I forgot to remove them all and I just left them there. So I did go ahead and remove those. I'm surprised no one mentioned it because usually you all are pretty good at pointing out things that I missed and need to fix. Some of you probably did notice it. And lastly, Marissa suggested adding cars and a train set underneath of the toy shelf. I also did realize that I had a rabbit that I left floating, so I did go ahead and fix that. For the remainder of this part, I'm going to be working on the restaurant area upstairs and the little bathroom up here as well. And as far as the style goes, I wanted to continue the same mismatched, somewhat secondhand look that's downstairs. Because in my mind, this whole place is owned by the same person, so I figure they would furnish both areas with the same style. As far as what type of restaurant this is going to be, I want it to look like more of a cafeteria-style restaurant, because with Get to Work, that's the only kind that you can really do realistically. Otherwise, it would just be a bunch of tables and stuff up here, but I did want to have some displays up here with food in them. So I figured it'd be good to make it in that kind of style where you just walk along cases, pick out your food, and then at the end you get rung up and then you can sit and eat. So that will be what I'm going for with this, but first up, I know some of you really like the sort of balcony area, but I'm not quite feeling how it looks, and I mean I could move it over more this way, but then I just don't exactly like how it looks, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag it all the way over here and then push this back one. So you do get a bit of an opening over here near the stairs, but I just feel like it looks a little bit better this way. Plus it'll give more space for tables and chairs up here. And as far as the wall coverings go, I wanted to put brick over on this wall just so that there was better continuity between the walls so you didn't have the moldings getting in the way. So I think that looks nice. I think it'll still look pretty nice from down here, but we can just go down here to get a look. Yeah, I like how the brick looks over there, so I'm just going to stick with that. But going back up here, as far as the rest of the wallpaper, I wanted to go with a bolder color, so I was thinking about this one right here. I think this one could look pretty nice, and I do want to have the brick over here by the bathroom, because I do like the look of brick in some spots, and I'm going to move this over here because I was thinking the whole area where you get food could be along here. And I know there's a kitchen downstairs, but I wanted to put a small kitchen back along this wall. Because a lot of the times when you go to restaurants of this style, you can see the kitchen when you look back past where you're getting the food at. So I feel like it would just look a little bit better to have some appliances and such back there rather than it just being counters. I feel like it would make a little bit more sense that way. So I will scoot this out so we get a little bit more space back here. And I also do need to put the floor in, so let me just use the same kind that's down here. And it'll look a little bit brighter in here once I get all the wall lights or ceiling lights and such in. We should also pick out a railing, so I'm going to try this one out right here. I'm not sure why it's trying to stick this wall back in, but we'll just change that back. Now to get some lighting in so we can actually see the furnishing, so I'm just going to stick some temporary lighting in. This will be all moved around as I actually get furniture in and such, but I just want to really light things up and be able to see what's going on. So getting over to this area, I'm going to have two of these cases going along here. And I also wanted to put that refrigerator, is it this? I think this is, actually this might not be the one I want to use exactly. Actually, yeah, I think this is one I want to use. Yeah, so I can purchase stuff from that. So that one works. And then right in between this little freezer and, because I was thinking that this could look like a drink cooler. Like, you know, at the end you're at the register, you just reach over here, grab a drink, although that might not be exactly what's in it. I guess you could pull glasses of OJ out of the freezer and stick them in there? Maybe? Not sure. Oh, we could scoot that forward. I know there's also the one, this one right here that sells snacks. But I'm thinking this one's fine. You could stick, because you can actually stick things in this to sell. Okay, so I'm just going to change these cases to black, and then we got this same counters downstairs. Let me grab the register really quick. So we'll get that, and then that's all that we really need right there. So we've already got a pretty nice setup going here. And I was thinking that it could look kind of neat to put in some overhead cabinets. Just to make it look a little bit more blocked off in here. Yeah, so it could look kind of neat to stick these all along the top here. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to line them all up like this, so it's going to be a little bit tedious. Alright, that's all done, and down at this end I wanted to put in a wall with a door. So the nice thing about this is that if you have the move not the move objects cheat, but if you have the door locking mod, then you could potentially lock this door here so only employees can get back here into this area. Yeah, I actually like the look of the counters because it just or the cabinets actually, because it just adds some nice separation. So I'm gonna stick with that, and I was thinking that I could put a menu board up against the cabinets, but since these are the shorter ones, I don't think that'll really work. And rather than wallpaper back here, it might look better to actually use a white tile like this, just to give it more of a kitchen-y type look, so we can do that along here as well. And then as far as the floor, I do want to try this one. I'll probably end up going, actually I don't know, maybe it'd be better to stick with this than go with a white tile. Okay, okay, so I'm gonna have to scoot all that forward a little bit because I don't really want to be able to see that tile through in the restaurant area. Okay, let me just scoot this up a little bit to cover that up. Okay, that's good. I think there's even some I think it was, yeah, this. It looks like a mark, like a, why am I blanking? Like a line, rope line, I think. I don't know why, I just completely blanked on what it was called. Oh, nice, yeah, I like that. That looks really good, I think. And then we need some window coverings. I'm thinking, since this is just a kitchen area, some simple blinds would do the trick. And then out here we can just go some regular old curtains, so I'm thinking these in a white color. Go with that. Yeah, so the nice thing about getting rid of the balcony is that it really did give us quite a bit more space in here to work with. Because, I mean, if I had kept it in, then I think it came somewhere over here. Like, it was coming in like this, so this just gives us so much more space. Actually, I do want to look into... Go back to looking at a lighter color here. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you know what? Oh, why did I get rid of that? But anyway, yeah, it probably would be good to just go with a nice light color in here. Yeah, I like that. That's better. Okay. So anyway, back to doing the little kitchen area. Okay, so we can do a fridge. This isn't going to be a kitchen with 2 fridges and 2 stoves like the one downstairs. There really isn't enough room for that. It's just going to be a small little kitchen for preparing the food for this area. I just think it'd make it look a whole lot better to have that. We could try going with the industrial counters in here and see whether that looks strange or not. I mean, I think it's fine to have it be the industrial counters back there. So we'll keep that, and I'll get this stove in here. We should have a microwave as well. So we can go with this one. I think it comes in a old steel color like that. Oh, sorry that I keep, like, I just, like, after I place things, I just like to look back and kind of check on how it looks. Okay, so then up here, I'm just going to go with these. I know I keep using these throughout the whole build, but they just fit in well with everything. Okay, so I'm going to push that back just a little bit. And then maybe I could get it in here. Oh, whoops, that's the wrong way. Let's get that over there. And, oh, you know, actually, I shouldn't have either of those. Okay, so for right here, I'm just going to have the stove hood. I think this is yeah, that's the same one I used downstairs. Actually, I'm not exactly sure that I really need to have overhead cabinets back here. Yeah, maybe I just don't actually need to have that. Like, I could have some shelves in here with pots and pans on it, like just above the refrigerator. Yeah, kind of like what I did down here. I really wish I could clone those items so I didn't have to go back through and find them, but I could raise them up and put them on top of the fridge, and then raise some more up and put them on top of there. I mean, I'm really honestly having a lot of fun with finding these debug objects and just placing them. We can have a couple more shelves over there for both the microwave and just leave it at that. Okay, so maybe I won't put anything directly on top of the fridge. Like, I'll just leave it at that shelf with pots and pans on it. Oh, I just realized that I should probably place a sink in here. That'd be pretty good to have. Okay, so unfortunately, due to the window kind I use, it's going to be a little bit off. That always drives me nuts. Well, what I could do is place, well then it's still, I don't know, yeah, I think it's fine to have the sink down there. And then we still got the issue with the blinds going into the microwave. Yeah, I'll just stick with the get to work blinds even though they kind of cut through the microwave a little bit. For whatever reason, I just like the look of them a bit more than the other ones that I put in. Okay, so let's get a smoke detector in here, and then I'm gonna go find all the pots and pans and stuff to put onto these shelves. I did find the mixing bowl, so on this shelf here, I'm just gonna stick a few mixing bowls on each. So up here, I'll stick them a little bit closer to the edge. So we'll just do that, and yeah, I'll just leave it as that right there so it doesn't get too cluttered. Here's a sauce pot, so let me just get a couple of those up on top of the shelf here. I'll probably stack them pretty similarly to how I did downstairs, and okay, good, it's not floating. I couldn't remember if I put that shelf somewhere other than where it snaps, because sometimes when you do that and you raise items up, they won't exactly line up, but fortunately I don't really have to deal with that. But yeah, I'm just really having a lot of fun with stacking all these pots and pans and stuff and getting a bit creative with it. That's one of my favorite things about building. It's just kind of experimenting and trying new things with it. Okay, maybe I didn't quite... Oh, this is weird. Alright, so I'll just get that in underneath there, make it look like it's sitting in it, kind of like what I did downstairs, and nice, that works. And I think one more... We can have one more pan in there between the two, and I think that'll be good. I think that'll be quite enough for there. Okay, so kind of turn it like that. Oh, whoops. Are both these... Oh, both of them are floating. The pots and pans are being strained for some reason, but I did get them strained out, and I think after a few more decorations in here, this little area will be finished. Oh, I should probably get the soap pump and paper towel dispenser thingy in here about the sink. Okay, so we got the soap, and then where are the paper? Okay, here we go. Yep, so we'll just get those in there, and then I think that's good for over there. And then a little thing with... Actually, I'm just gonna grab it from the kitchen down here rather than hunting for it. But I'm just going to grab the thing here with the utensils, stick it up here, And I think that'll be about it, because I do want to save these two counter spaces to actually be able to prepare food on, and I think that looks pretty good when you look back at it. And, oh, I should probably get the wall coverings on back. No! Well, that was annoying, but I got it all fixed now. Hopefully I won't need to change the walls up here anymore. Continuing on, I think there should be what looks like a menu somewhere. So I'm just going to go grab the little one from down here and stick it on the brick wall. Right here, and I should look for the little wall lights that came with Get to Work. Okay, so let's go to retail items, and I believe there's somewhere in here. There's probably somewhere else where I could get to them. But I'm just gonna look through here. I could also stick this decal up. Oh wait, no, this isn't a bakery, so that won't really work. I could try putting this. Okay, never mind. It's too big to fit there. Oh, this one might work. This could be like an advertisement for whatever this place is. Okay, so I think right about there is pretty much centered. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. Okay, I think that I like that coloring. It coordinates with things pretty well. Lastly, I do think there needs to be something up on the wall here, so maybe like a hazard sign like this. We can put that here, like it's some kind of warning about washing your hands or something like that. I don't know. We can just go with that, put that there. I think the original coloring was fine, and that is it for the little food area. Moving out to the dining area, like with downstairs, I wanted to have a variety of different kinds of tables and chairs. Okay, so first up, we can try this one out. I think this coloring is fine. It is a nice lighter wood to help break up some of the darker woods. Because a few of you did comment on it looking like the woods being a little bit too dark down there, so hopefully this will help, and we can choose this chair in a color with white wood on it. Or gray wood. I mean, it doesn't have to perfectly match. I should look through it more, though. But let's see what else there is. I do like how that brighter color looks. This one's also pretty nice. I think I'll try this. Yeah, we can try that, so I'll just put that all the way around. And I mean, I could even use different chairs, like on the ends. Like, we could have slightly different chairs there. That could work. I actually kind of like how that looks. But we'll have this table, like, we can just put it here. And, oh, we should put I'll wait till I put all the tables and stuff out, but I should have condiments on it. And then for this next table here, I don't know if I should use the same kind. I do really like this table. I actually haven't used it previously, but then I did notice it. And I do want to use it more. Okay, so we can go for this table. And I think this original color here is fine. Yeah, so I'll just stick with that. And I'll use a slightly different set of chairs. So, yeah, I think in the end this will look pretty nice. Maybe these chairs. So we could try those. And there was a coloring with white. Yeah, so we can do that. Okay, let's see. I think the mismatching. We can move this way. I mean, hopefully. I mean, I kind of like the mismatch look. It's not something I usually do, but it's always nice to try something a little bit different than what you normally do. And then as far as back here goes, we could just have a cozy little two-person seating area right back here in this corner, because that's really about all we're gonna fit. So let's pick out a smaller table here. I wonder if this one would work well. So this is from the Luxury Party Stuff Pack. I'm not sure if I should avoid items from that or not, because not all of you may have that stuff pack yet. So perhaps I'll just use this, like the smaller version of this table here, and we can get a different kind of chair. I could also try this one. I used that one downstairs, but we could definitely use it up here again. Okay, so I used that coloring over there. I used orange downstairs, but we could use it up here. Like, they got 4 chairs from the same set, stuck 2 of them downstairs, 2 of them upstairs. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get all the tables and chairs out, and then after that I'm going to worry about doing all the decorations. Okay, so we'll put this one, and for this one maybe I'll just go for a lighter whitewood color. Actually, maybe I just shouldn't put one there. This might actually be getting too cramped in, but then some of you did also say that you like the look of more cramped furnishing, alright, cramped seating, so perhaps it's fine. We could go with some pink seating for here. I'm not going to put that there. I'm going to put it somewhere else. Yeah, because I'm thinking that's getting that's a little bit too much for there. Okay, so I'm going to move it over here. Make it a 4-seater area. So scoot it a little bit closer to there. And yeah, we can do this. We can do this. Kind of position in front of the window there. Make it diagonal. Okay, yeah, I like this location a little bit better. And now I'm not so sure about the wood coloring that I used here. So we go a little bit darker. Or I could go, no, this is what I did here. Yeah, I'll just stick with that. It's good to try different colors than I would normally use. And then over in this area, I was thinking rather than a traditional table and chairs kind of setup, I could have a couple couches around a coffee table. I think that could look pretty nice. So we'll go here to the love seats. I'll pick out a couple of the... Actually, we can do these. We can mix these two. Yeah, we can have a mismatching set. I think that look fine. A little end table between them. Round coffee table in here. Or maybe even just a regular table. I could just stick a regular table there. Let's go with green for this one. And then maybe just... Yeah, maybe just a nice neutral white color for this one. I don't think there's a round coffee table. That's more so what I want to use for this. I might just stick a table in there. I mean, that could still look pretty neat. Okay, where is it? Coffee table. No, that was the coffee tables. Yeah, I'm gonna try using... Yeah, let's do this. I actually did this in Hawthorne Vistas, the wedding venue that I made. Yeah, so we'll go with that. Could use this lighter wood here. Actually, I could even go with this color. Actually, I'm going to change it to that. Maybe do a different color for this one. Don't want to go too dark with it. Actually, it's not what I want to use. I could go with that color. Maybe that's fine. I could stick another little tea set on the top of that table there. The one in between the couches, because they're not really going to actually be able to use that as a table setting, so it's not really going to matter if I just plop this on here. Yeah, I think that could work fine. Over in this corner near the bathroom, we could get a nice big plant going, and then I will stick the... I'm not sure if I'm going to stick the condiment thing on these smaller tables, because it might actually impact them being able to be used. Okay, well that placement, that's good. But I think I can just search for condiment, and yep, there it is. Okay, so I'm just going to stick this on the two larger tables and leave them off of the smaller ones, because it could cause issues with Sims being able to actually eat off of them. But it should be fine for these tables. So we'll just leave it at that. And then we just got to get some wall decorations. I'm going to put a rug under this setup right here, but not under any of the other ones. I don't think... I don't know, I guess a restaurant wouldn't want rugs under the tables because then people would just be spilling... I don't know, but there's restaurants with carpet, so it's probably fine. Okay, so we can just do that. Actually, maybe... No, I think I'll just stick with this one. Yeah, so we can just do that, and then now to get the wall decorations. And that's about all that needs to be done in here. Right, we can get fancy with this and put up this one right above the stairs here. Maybe brighten up the... Yeah, we can go with the brighter frame here. And then something here. I could put more shelving in, but I'm not sure. Like, I probably put enough shelving into this place, so I don't know about shelving. I could just stick... It would be quicker if I just stuck paintings everywhere than trying to put shelves up and figure out what to put on them. Okay, what do I want to use? Oh, this. This is nice. Actually, let's go with this one, because I just didn't really like the drawers were just facing either one of the couch. Although this one has drawers, but the drawers are smaller, so that's fine. Okay, and as far as the color goes, this one has some sort of odd color choices. I think this one looks best, so that is what I'm going to go with. And rather than sticking a light on it, I think I'm just going to put a plant here and then have a wall light for this area instead. Alright, so let's move that over. Let's color it... Yeah, let's go with the yellow coloring, and then up above here we can have another painting and then have a wall light up above it. Okay, so something nice looking. Could go with this. I don't know, I'm giving, like, despite this being, I mean, I know I said I wasn't going to go with a really formal look, but I mean, that's kind of what's happening. It's, I don't know, I like it. I like it. It's a cafeteria-style restaurant with formal furniture. Okay, wall lighting. I think this is the one I use downstairs, but it works well. Or, whoops. Okay, let's get that out of there. Get that out of the ceiling. Put it right there. I think that's fine. Okay, what do we do over here? So, we can get another wall painting right in here. I'm just gonna go with this. Whoops, not that one. I'm just gonna go with this smaller one right here. Just so there's nothing too overpowering on the wall. Let's do a gray color. We haven't done a gray color for the frames. Yeah, so everything's just kind of like, just really not from the same set, but it's just, there's something about it that I just really like. I know I keep saying that, but I don't know. I'm enjoying furnishing this place. It's coming along pretty quickly for me, too. Okay, so over here we'll go with this one, and we'll go with that. We're definitely going to need a wall light over here. I don't think we need a painting, at least not along this wall, so I'll stick a wall light here. Maybe just a little painting on the wall here, just a little one. I can go with this. Actually, you know, we could keep it simple, just not have a painting. And I do wonder, so there is the rose here, so if I shove it back here, you know, maybe if I just fill up the slots, there won't be as much of an issue with it. Yeah, so perhaps if I do it this way, there won't be an issue when it comes to Sims eating. So I'll do that, and then just put it back in this corner here. I think that could look pretty nice. Alright, so get rid of all this. I actually think that's enough furnishing for this whole area in here. I mean, let me know what you think, of course, and I can always make changes based on your suggestions, but yeah, I think that's enough. I'm just going to leave it off there and furnish the bathroom, which shouldn't take too long. So this is just going to be just a single room, like no stalls, just a toilet, sink, some decorations and a trash can. Just leave it at that. And it should be fine because there will be bathrooms in other buildings, and I'll probably stick one of those bathroom stalls that you can get from the Bitey Bug stuff somewhere on the outside. So there should be plenty of places for your Sims to go, and I'll put a nice toilet in here. I can do just a single sink centered along the wall here. I don't think there really needs to be... I like this one. I just realized I should probably get a light in here, and also I do need to rearrange the lights out there because I just kind of stuck them wherever, and that's not really where I want to keep them. So we can just God, I keep grabbing that instead of the light. Okay, so we move this light over here, just like over this table, and then another one over this table, and this one we can just move like over here, kind of right as you come up the stairs. So I think that's fine. Perhaps I should be using these ones though. Like maybe that would better. Yeah, actually I think these would better go with the place. So I'll just get this lighting in here. We'll just stick that right in there and then delete the other one. And then lastly, get this right over here. Alright, I think that's fine. Over here in the kitchen, I'm just going to move this light down a little bit over here, then get another one over here, and that should be pretty good. Getting back over to the bathroom, I do want to get the flooring and walls first. I was thinking this would be nice to use, and then maybe a nice wallpaper. Oh, this one could also look nice. Let's try... You know what? I haven't used yellow yet, so I'm going to go with this. Just try out a different color. And now I'm not so sure about the sink, like just the sink center there. It just seems a little bit like there needs to be more on the wall since it is rather large. So what I could do, since we don't need more than one sink, is just place 3 of these, place a sink in the center of it, and then just have some other stuff along the side. I think that could work really well. Let's put this mirror here, and then beside it, we have some extra towels. So we just put that in there. I think white would work well for the color. And actually, we could change these. Let's do this and go with a slightly lighter wood. We can also add. I mean, it probably there probably should be one of the commercial soap pumps, but for this bathroom, I kind of like the look of a regular old soap pump more. So I'll stick with this. I don't think there really needs to be anything else there, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Let's get a trash can over in this corner, so we probably will need a pretty large one, so I'm just going to go with this. Put that right there. And not sure what else really needs to be here. We do also need to have a toilet paper roll. Rather than having a hand towel up here, what I will do is just grab this and then place it right here next to the door. So I'm going to do that so they can dry off their hands and then just throw in the trash can right away. Okay, so that works for that. And then maybe like a nice narrow plant right there in that corner. Just to have something in there. Actually, that one doesn't work. What about this one? Oh, this one works, so we'll go with this. We'll just stick that there. Change the color. We'll just go... I'll just go with that beige. I think that beige looks pretty nice. Okay, so I'll get that in there, move it over. And I think that's really, I mean, there really doesn't need to be a whole lot in this bathroom, so I think that's fine. I should probably use a smaller rug than that. We can just get this one, put it right in front of the sink, and find a color that looks nice. Yeah, I like how that looks. Yeah, I'm trying to get through the bathroom here pretty quickly. We can, I think it would look nice. Actually, let's put that up above the toilet. Alright, so I'm just leave it at that. That's all that I'm going to do for the bathroom here. There really doesn't need to be that many items in it. So, yeah, this is about it that I'm going to do this part. As usual, let me know your thoughts on what was done. Next time, what I'm going to do is do the landscaping back here, but only back to about this point. I want to wait till everything else is done before furnishing everything back here. I just want to get a complete picture of how everything's going to look before I go trying to fit in the stands and parks and other things that you all wanted to see back here. And then I'll move on to doing the landscaping in front of this shop, and if I have time, I'll move on to the interior of it. Like I said previously, I was thinking about having this be a 4-floor department store, so putting in a basement, using that as well. So let me know your thoughts of what you think should go in it and where. I'm going to end things here. I hope you'll enjoy the video. Thanks for watching, and bye!